welcome back to our channel. First thing I want to go ahead and say is yes, I know I kind of look like a mess right now. I just finished moving all of our stuff out of our apartment. We woke up really early this morning. Obviously, if you guys don't know, we are moving to Hawaii, so I'll have that video linked down below kind of explaining why. But yeah, we're moving, so we don't leave until the first week of August, but we did have to pack up all of our stuff and get out of our apartment right now. And so I'm going to be crashing at my parents' for a little bit, but we got up nice and early this morning to go ahead and pack all of our things, and then people came to load them up onto the truck, and then I had to drive from our apartment to my parents', which is about 45 minutes or so of a drive, and then we had to run some other errands, so I'm just now getting a chance to kind of unwind. So I kind of figured I would throw on some comfortable clothes and sit down and just do a nice little Q&A with you guys. I had you guys ask me some questions over on our Instagram, so if you want to participate in future videos like this, go ahead and follow that. I'll have it on the screen as well as down below in the description. You guys had some really great questions, so I figured I would go ahead and just answer those for you guys in a nice little cozy setting. I do have a little Rowan sleeping right now, so I'm trying not to talk too loud, but let's go ahead and just get started. So the first question you guys had was, if we were to have another boy or a girl right now, what would we name them and why? So I don't know what John would name them. I think I've mentioned both of these names to him in the past. Names that I like a lot right now for a boy, I would like to use, I think, Briar. I think Briar's a really cool name, so I would do probably like Briar John or Briar Joseph. And then as for a girl name, I recently discovered this name that I love, and that is Leanna. I think that is such a pretty name, and I want to use the middle name Lee for my girl whenever I have a girl, so I think Leanna Lee would be really pretty. As for reasonings behind those names, the first names don't really have any significance. It's not after a family member or anything like that. It's just names that I really like. But the middle names, John is obviously my husband's name, and then Joseph is my dad's middle name, and Lee is my mom's middle name. So it'd be after someone in my family. Next question is, what island are we going to be on in Hawaii? We are going to be on the island of Oahu. Next, you guys asked how long John and I have been together. We've been together for about a year and maybe like a month or two, something like that. You guys also asked what Rowan's name meaning is. So the first name Rowan, first names usually don't really have much meaning to us. So there's not really any ties of like family members or that to that name. However, his middle name Raphael is after John's grandfather, and then his dad also has the middle name of Raphael. Next question is, what do we want baby number 2 to be? I honestly don't care, and I know people probably expect me to want a girl because we obviously already have a boy, but honestly, I don't care. I would love to have another boy. I think it'd be so fun to just be a boy mom. Boys, obviously what I'm used to at this point, but I also would love to have a little girl. I don't care if it's our next baby or at some point with us having kids, but I definitely want to have at least one girl. That's all I really need. I'd rather have more boys than girls, but I do want to have at least one, just because all the girly stuff is so much fun. But I'm totally fine with having a boy next or a girl next. I don't really have a preference. Another question is, do we have any pets? What kind and how many? We only have one pet right now. We have a dog named Zeus. I will throw a picture of him somewhere. I don't know what side it'll be on, but it'll be somewhere on the screen. And he is a black lab. Next question is Rowan's dad in the picture? Yes, he is. He and I are married. I have mentioned that in past videos. The only reason you guys haven't seen him in videos before is because he is in the military and his work schedule is constant pretty much. So anytime that he and I get time together, it's usually later in the evenings, and the lighting's not great. We do use natural lighting for our videos, so it's kind of hard for us to go ahead and film. Next question is, how many kids do you guys want and how far apart? We've talked about this question. Honestly, like in a perfect world, I would have 5 kids, 3 boys, 2 girls. Like that would be in a perfect world. We have talked about possibly just 4 kids, but I definitely want at least like 4. I would definitely want like a big family. So maybe 4 to 5, something like that. As for how far apart, I think about 3-ish years sounds good to me. So something like that. Next question is, why did we decide to start YouTube? We decided to start YouTube just because we like YouTube. I love YouTube. I've always watched it. I honestly watch YouTube more than I watch TV. So I think it's just awesome. I love the creative side and process to it. I love filming. I love editing videos and creating thumbnails. Like, I think it's just so much fun. As well as, since we are moving to Hawaii, obviously a lot of our friends and family live here on the mainland, and then John actually has lots of family over in Puerto Rico, so it's just a really nice way for them to kind of see what's going on in our life, as well as with Rowan, and kind of see him growing and things like that. Next question is, why did we get induced so early? I actually filmed a whole video on this, so I'm not going to sit here and explain it. If you want to see the whole reasoning behind it and that whole journey and process, I will go ahead and have that video linked down below for you, but essentially it was just some medical issues. Next question is, are we breastfeeding? I nursed for the first 2 months, I think exclusively, for the first 2 months exclusively, and then we did start to introduce the bottle, and then slowly we started to introduce formula just because I was starting to have some supply issues. And now we are pretty much done breastfeeding. Unfortunately, I did love it, and we'll definitely try to do it even longer for my next kid, but supply-wise, I'm not one of those people who's gonna sit here and stress out about it. So we tried what we could, and it's not really working out. So we're just gonna do formula exclusively now. We do have some breast milk in our freezer, so we're using that, but mostly just formula. The very last question was, how did you like your C-section experience? So I actually loved my C-section experience. I was gonna do a whole video separate kind of talking about this, but honestly, I don't think there's enough for me to really say about it. To kind of make a whole video, so I figured this is a great way to kind of throw it in. Yeah, I loved my C-section experience. There was no pain whatsoever during the process. I think it's like a spinal tap or whatever they give you to numb you neck down, didn't hurt whatsoever. Not even like the numbing part of it, like nothing of that hurt. The staff that I had was so amazing and so like comforting and just reassuring. And then actually after like post-op recovery, the first day obviously not the greatest, because I mean it's the first day, but after that I was kind of like up and moving. After like the first week I was definitely a lot more comfortable walking on my feet, totally fine. I didn't need really help with anything. The only times that I struggled a little bit was like getting up out of bed, obviously, because you have to use your core muscle, and like you don't really got much of that. After 1, you have a baby, 2, you have a C-section. So that was a bit complicated, but by like the 2nd week, I felt 110% like myself again. Now, obviously, 3 months postpartum, feel amazing. I don't have any incision issues, and yeah, it really wasn't that bad. So that is all the questions that you guys had. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you want to participate in videos like this in the future, or if you have any video suggestions, go ahead and pop on over to our Instagram, which will be linked down below. You guys can go ahead, leave us any video suggestions and questions and stuff like that for future Q&As, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.